Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about infantry in Call of Dragon. I'm going to try to summarize everything I know about infantry, why you should play infantry, and what are the best hero pairing for infantry. So first of all, infantry is crucial in open field because it's going to be the front line for everything else to be protected. If the infantry is failing and is falling, what usually happens is that the enemy is going to push towards you, and your backline, which is usually archer and mage, is going to collapse very quickly. You're going to run away, you're going to be catched by cavalry, and you're going to be annihilated. So infantry in general is really what is winning battle. It's a very it's a role that is not rewarded as much as you should, because it's the shadow role that everyone needs into a team, but you're not shining with like amazing report as you can do with archer or mages. But if you don't have them, you are going to lose your KVK. My opinion is that every single player in an alliance that is serious about playing this game need to have at least one troop of infantry and a decent amount of legion that can go with this troop. So that is to me the bare minimum if you want to be successful into the game and if you want to provide help to your alliance. The problem with infantry is that it's by default the one that is going to take the most damage early on, and if you are completely free to play, season 1 is not for you, because you are going to face people that are way stronger than you and your tank is just going to be melted. So I do not recommend infantry in season 1 for people that are free to play or very low spender. But if you are not free to play or low spender, let's review together what you can do with infantry across the different seasons. Starting with season 1 and low spender, Bakar is probably one of the most underrated infantry hero. He is actually dealing some damage, and he's doing some damage to AoE, which is pretty nice. And also with his passive second part, is increasing the damage that your legion is going to deal, which is very important. I think the way I like to play infantry is I need to consider that my infantry is a threat that cannot be ignored. Otherwise, what is going to be happening is that your infantry is going to siege here, and then the enemy legion is just going to completely ignore it and try to hit your backline if they are playing correctly. So you need to be representing a threat for the backline, so they cannot ignore you. So that's why I really like Bakar. Then the second thing is increasing attack bonus and defense bonus, and it's the second skill, so it's very easy to max. Then after, you have an attack reduction, which is also good, so providing some tankiness to the legion. And then finally, reduction of damage taken and a bit of healing received bonus. This with the combo that I'm going to recommend, it's going to be completely useless. If you are expertising it, it's increasing the damage factor, so it's completely okay. Like, to me, it's a very decent epic hero if you want to play infantry. That is one of the options that I will consider. The second things that I will consider if I am spender or free to play is going to be Nika. And Nika, what I really like is that the first skill that she has, and by the way, don't increase the stars before you max the first skill, otherwise it's going to be a waste. It has a very serious skill damage factor for an infantry, 1500, which is very serious, and then an HP reduction on the top of it, which will increase the damage that the enemy that you are targeting is going to take, increasing the save wound. And what I really like with this is that is making your main infantry troop a threat, because if the enemy ignores you, you are going to reduce the HP, you are going to deal significant amount of damage. So this is really good. The second thing here is going to be on peacekeeping. So you don't want to keep this one completely open. So when you have maxed this one, what I recommend is you go directly to 4 stars. So you open the 2 other skills that are providing you more bonus in open field. This one is increasing attack bonus. You want this, and march speed bonus. This is often underrated, and it's pretty decent. So here you have a bonus of attack, which is good because that increases the threat that the Legion is. And then finally you get hero skill damage bonus, which is good because you are doing skill damage, and counter attack bonus, which is also good because you are doing more save wound. So overall, I think Nika is also an underestimated hero early on as infantry, and is pretty decent. I would say that a first legion that is Bakar and Nika is something that is probably pretty decent for free-to-play to low spender if you don't want to invest into crazy hero, because this is something that you can get from gold key, and this is something that is epic, so you can max it very quickly. If you are playing him and you are pairing it with Nika as a secondary commander, as I recommend, this is the talent tree that I recommend. What you are going to do is you do a little bit of movement speed here, then the rest you don't need that much movement speed. You are going to get a little bit with Nika and it's going to be okay. Here you want to have the defense, you want to take less damage. Here what I like is taking more attack damage, because infantry, they deal a lot of auto attack, so this is pretty nice to my point of view. Then you want to get a little bit more defense from here. This is damage reduction, is very nice for infantry. More counter attack damage, and also is boosted by Nika, so this is very nice. Here you get more rage through the attack that you receive, which is very decent because you receive a lot of attack when you are in infantry. And here you have a chance of dealing extra counter attack damage, which is good because you are going to be hit a lot, so having this is going to help you. Then on the second thing here, you want to have more attacks, so you are increasing the threat that you are. HP is very important for infantry. Flat damage reduction for attack damage, a little bit of counter attack, and then you want to use Boiling Blood, that is going to increase by 8% the damage that Nika as a secondary commander is going to deal, and because she is the one that is doing the most damage, this is going to help you a lot. So that's my recommendation for the tree if you are using Bakar as the main hero. Now, before to continue, I want to talk about Garwood. Garwood to me is a bad hero, and I will explain why. The problem is that the only skill that is representing a threat to me is this one, that is slightly increasing the physical damage bonus. And the problem is that it's the fourth one, so you can't upgrade it very quickly. So what I see with Garwood is that it's just like a massive chunk of HP that is going to cause you a lot of save wound. Because of the healing, the way healing is working into the game, every time that you have a lightly wounded unit, if you get healed, it gets back to like a fully alive unit, but that is going to provide you more save wound unit. As a garrison is the worst choice that you can make, so don't use Garwood as a garrison, because it's going to provide you even more death and save wound. So bad choice for Garwood as a garrison. Then here you get a bit of HP bonus, but I don't think this is like that great either. Even if it's like all legion, I mean, it used to be only for infantry, but now it's all legion, but it's still pretty bad. Here you get a little bit of infantry defense, and the healing received is just not great. So Garwood, to me, when I see a Garwood in open field, that's my main target, because I know that I'm going to kill a lot of units and I'm not going to get a lot of save wound in my side. And that should be your case as well. Garwood is a target because it's just a chunk of HP. So if you can avoid Garwood, I would recommend you do. Potentially, if you have a lot of infantry and you are out of stamina from the other hero that I am going to talk about, then you could use Garwood. I can see why you would use it, but otherwise, it's just to me a bad hero. Another decent free-to-play hero that you can consider is Eliana. Eliana is going to do a similar job as Bakar, but is less damage and is a little bit more tankiness. So that is something that is completely doable. So Eliana to me is a decent choice for infantry, and because she's very versatile, it's something that I would recommend if you are free to play and you want to play cavalry or different things. That's probably like a nice choice to have. You can awake her very quickly with the event. that are happening through the game. She's doing a little bit of damage and providing a little bit of shield. This is just going to help you with the XP at the beginning. It's useful. Then here, less at normal attack damage, 30%. It's pretty nice because honestly, as an infantry, you take a lot of attack damage, which are auto attack. So this is providing you a big boost of tankiness. And here you get a little bit of defense bonus every time that you are casting a skill, which is nice, and a little bit of healing from this. So all around, it's a nice hero that you can consider instead of Bakar if you are looking for a march that is a little bit more. If you are low to mid spender and you are intending to play cavalry, and I mean infantry and potentially a little bit of archer, cavalry, and so on, I think Madeline now with the rework is a very nice choice. I really like Madeline because you have something that is providing you shield factor, and shield is way better than healing because it will prevent save wound instead of bringing back your troop and then get more save wound. So shield factor is way better than the healing from Garwood. And then you have on the top of this increased physical attack bonus for 4 seconds, which is also nice because that means that it's creating a threat through the increase of physical attack bonus. Then here you get again physical damage dealt bonus, which is 10%, and you have maximum legion capacity, which early on is very nice to have this 15,000 because your troop being bigger, you are going to deal more damage. So this is also something that is very nice. And then here you get more counterattack damage, which is very nice for an infantry because again you create more save wound and you get a nice boost of HP by 15%. My recommendation, if you are considering Madeline, is to not increase above the 551 because the skill damage here is completely not worth the amount of crystal that you are going to spend on this skill if it's the 4th one, and the awakening is just not worth it. So honestly, you just do a 555 Madeline and you are going to be completely fine. When you have this, one of the common things that you can do is to have a combo with Nika. You can have Nika and Madeline together. That is very nice. The second thing that you can do with Madeline will be to pair it with potentially a cavalry hero like Bakshi, or to pair it within an archer march such as the Ginara one that is also dealing some counterattack. Here, where is it? Counterattack, yes, counterattack damage. So you are adding even more counterattack damage through this skill, which is very nice as a synergy with Kinara. So you can do a lot of things with Madeline, and I do recommend that you are pairing her with different troops. So if you are considering being a little bit more versatile on the top of your main troop that is going to deal damage, Madeline is a very good hero to invest in. If you are considering Madeline as the main tank, so you are pairing it with Nika, this is my recommendation. I actually quite like this setup. Here you can go for overall speed instead of the defense. I am actually using this in an arena, so that's why I don't have a lot of march speed, but potentially you can use the overall speed here. Then I like the tank tree because it's going to provide me a little bit more tankiness and frontline power. So I go with the increased skill damage. I go with the reduction of damage taken. This is quite nice also to get a Torf. I really like it. HP is nice. HP is nice. Then increase the shield that it generates so I can survive longer, and then reduce the number of damage that I take if I have a lower count. Then from here I go with HP, attack, more capacity, which is pretty nice in arena, but also in open field. And then I get this, which is additional rage. As a frontline, you get attack a lot, and this is providing you a lot of rage, so you can cycle very quickly the shield from Madeline, which is pretty nice. Finally, if you are whaling, Husk is a great hero that you can consider because he is doing, like Madeline, a lot of different things and is going to be very versatile. I have not unlocked it. It's through the chest of the VIP, and it's a little bit like Lilia, but it's the tier after. And this Husk is going to be very useful both for archer and for infantry if you want to use it. It is providing you attack and HP from this and damage boost. This is mainly for rallying, which if you are willing, potentially you want to rally, so it's going to help you with that as well. Then you get a little bit of defense bonus and normal attack damage bonus, which is especially good for archer. And then here you get increased maximum capacity, which is also something that is decent. Finally, you get the effect of increasing the counterattack crit rate up to 30%, which means that potentially when the enemy is going to attack you, the counterattack that you are going to deal is going to be massive. I don't think that for infantry is the best option, but for archer is definitely something that you want to use in. I wanted to mention it because you can use it for infantry, but I don't think it's the best use of it. The pet that I do recommend is the venomous lizard. This is something that is going to deal a dot damage to the enemy that is attacking you. It's a very nice one. Another option can be the Brune Beer that is going to deal damage based on the counterattack that you are dealing. They are, in my opinion, the best option that you can have. You have also the Frost Beer that is providing you a shield, but I do prefer to have something that is dealing damage for my pets. And regarding the artifacts, so you have different artifacts that you can consider. So the legendary that I believe now we are getting through the forge key that is providing you unit HP. It's very nice, and it's also providing you the range resistance from damage taken, which is pretty nice, and a shield. So that's the dragon scale armor. That is one option. If you want to go more damage oriented, what you can do is you can go for the Dragon Rift, which is providing you way more attack power but less tankiness. So if you want to really go glass cannon as an infantry, that is an option. However, the problem is that if you don't have a very advanced research to be able to tank, you will run into a wall because you are going to be killed before you can actually activate this artifact. Or when you are going to activate it, your number of units is going to be so low that is not going to be very useful. I will more consider this if you are like ahead of the curve in terms of the advancement into your kingdom. If you are like one of the main character and then you are clearly ahead of most of the people in your kingdom, if you are putting Dragon Rift, you are going to create insane amount of counter attack that is going to kill the enemy without even you have to attack them. So that is another option. And a last one is the Spring of Silence, which is also decent, and you can also use it. Personally, I have a preference for the Dragon Tamer attack than the Fleeting Beauty, which is the second one. It's just dealing more damage, so I just prefer this. It's shredding the enemy tank line, so it's a little bit better in my opinion. If you're looking for an epic artifact, my recommendation is to go for the hammer, so you get a little bit of both the Legion defense and the infantry attack. It's a little bit better in my opinion than full infantry attack, because if you are considering an epic artifact, going full glass cannon, I don't recommend that. So potentially having the hammer is a better option. And another artifact that is very decent to use is the Fang of Ashkari, which is going to deal damage on an area around you, but also provide you a lot of defense. So this is a very decent artifact to use, and in my first season, that's the one I was using for my infantry troops. Moving on to what I consider to be the main area where you can have infantry that is shining, which is Season 2, and you have the amazing combo with Goresh and Skogo. And Goresh's Kogu is like the best infantry march so far. It's so amazing that for that long it was doing everything the best, like defending, attacking, tanking, damaging. It was like completely insane. It's still, to me, very, very good. And if you have not invested in season 1 infantry because you were focusing on something else, delaying your investment for the Goresh Kogu is completely worth it, because when they are going to be there, you want to have them. You really want to have them. The reason they are so good is like the synergy between those two is really amazing. First, they are reducing the damage taken and increasing physical attack, so they do both. Then after, they have more counterattack damage and infantry bonus, so you always have like defense and offense. Then here you are just going to deal skill damage every time that you are doing counterattack. I mean, proccing quite a lot of time. And this one is something that you will not do unless you want to expertise. So Goresh, you want to have him 555, and it's already a beast. Regarding Skogo, she is providing you HP, and she is going to deal damage around her, again, attack and defense. And this is a lot. Like, the amount of damage that she is doing is very considerable. When there is an enemy rally and you are standing nearby, you are going to be completely shredded. So you really need to be careful about this rally Goresh Kogu, because we don't pay attention at the beginning when we are starting to play the game, and then just this area of effect that she is doing is really shredding people apart. Then infantry attack bonus and HP, again, attack and tankiness. Then here you get attack again, and then a little bit of healing factor. My recommendation for her, if you are free to play to low spender, you go 555. If you are mid spender, you want to expertise her, not for the healing here, because this is pretty much irrelevant, but for this, which is increasing by 10% the counterattack, dealing even more damage. So already 5551 Skogo and 5551 Goresh is very neat, but if you are expertising both, it's completely nuts. If you are looking at artifact, for this troop specifically, you really want to have the Spirit Bone Torque. The Spirit Bone Torque is going to create an area around your legion that is going to taunt all the enemies. And this is extremely good, because if you are charging into the backline, that would force the enemy to stay there and attack you infantry. Meaning that if they are running away because you are winning the open field, you are going to maintain on place a lot of enemy, up to 5, and they are going to attack you. These are backline enemies that you are going to shred with your backline. So this is very good. On the top of that, it's providing you defense, allowing you to stay longer alive, and you are going to get shelter when you are activating the artifact with extra defense. The additional effect of this is even more counterattack damage. So this is synergizing so well with Goresh Kogu. You don't need to have it like extremely high level, just level 1. It's completely massive. So that's my recommendation. If you don't want to use this because it's Forge Key, you can potentially go back to what I was explaining before as artifacts, so potentially the Dragon Scale armor, the Kramer armor, this is also decent, or the Dragon Rift if you want to do insane an amount of damage. Moving on to Season 3, and as I'm recording this video, there is no Infantry Hero Season 4 yet. You will have access to Danfell and Mogoro. I think they are decent hero, but compared to the one we just talked about, Goresh and Skogu, they're not as great either at all. The very good benefit that I see from Danfell is coming from the second skill that is going to protect friendly legion that are behind him by reducing the amount of range damage that they are taking for 5 seconds every 10 seconds. It's decent, but it's not amazing. The rest here, it's pretty average. I would say that just having a 5/5 Greymar is completely okay, because it's going to provide you this bonus and then you will get the rest. I would not even recommend to invest into Mogor if you are not a garrison leader or a rally leader. The main benefit of Mogoro is from the garrison skill that is passive tree that he is having, and the fact that you are going to have the HP reduction through the main skill, which is going to increase the damage on a single target. So to me, Mogoro is really good for defending or attacking potentially when he's paired with Goresh, but for most of the player, I would not even consider Mogoro the way it is right now. If you are an infantry player and you want to invest into Danfell, I think it's going to be good for your team, but you just need to have a 5/5 something and it's going to be completely decent. Regarding the artifact, you have, I would not recommend to invest into the shield, the special shield artifact that there is with those guys. I think it's not worth it. You just place a normal artifact and they are going to be okay. There is no real use to get something amazing on those guys. That's all I had for you today. So if there is one thing that I think you should take into consideration is infantry is key to win battles, and if you just want to have one, go for Goresh Kogul as the game is right now. This is by far the best infantry team that is available as I'm speaking and recording this video. I hope this video will help you and you are a little bit clearer on what to do or not to do in infantry. If it did, please consider subscribing to my channel. You can also share it with the other guild member that you have on your team. Thanks for watching, and I see you on the next video.